aggression. So unapata wanawake wengi wenye kwa job wako kwa hizi kazi, wako kwa corporate, unaona, they are usually unattractive. Yes, so young men should date as many women as they want, so that now the woman they will end up with, it's chosen. Women don't just stay with men, they stay with the men strategically. They know why they stay with men.
So ukiona kama kuna dem fulani ako around naona kakitu,
just
a sign.
That's there's
Olago and Tribe Dala, it's a bold, beautiful Saturday afternoon, and today I'm with my co-host Casey. We want to have some bold talk concerning masculinity. So with us we have Brian. He will introduce himself as we dive deep into this conversation.
Yo, my people, it's Casey here, and our guest of today is my childhood friend, a neighbor, and atasema more about him. Kindly, Brian.
All right. My name is Brian. I'm a visual artist, a creative, an author, and a masculinity advocate. I'm looking forward to listening to questions and answering them accordingly. So basically, I think we'll be talking about masculinity. So that's what's up.
Yes, so buckle up. I want you to get engaged, get inspired. You can ask questions in the comment section so that we highlight them next time we're having such kind of a conversation. So today I just want us to focus much on the idea of you being an author, not a visual artist, because you've said you are an author. You will tell us more about your book, what it's all about.
Yeah.
And of course, there are people who are lazy reading books. So this is going to be an opportunity for them to get to know about what you are addressing in your book.
That's true.
Through visual representation and stuff. So you can tell us more about your book, what inspired you to write it, when you wrote it, where it's available, as we carry on with the conversation.
That's right. The modern man is grappling with a lot of challenges as far as masculinity goes. Mostly tunaonanga vijana wakiingia places crazy sana na relationships. So intergender dynamics, how to lead a purposeful life as a man, how to be creative, how to be innovative, how to build yourself as a man. Those are basically the things that I advocate and I talk about. I try to improve the status of men through challenging perceptions by telling men things that they need to know. Basically, we call them the cold hard truths about life, about women, and how to be better. This is my book. It's called Weakening of the African Man, which basically talks about how a lot of things have changed as far as masculinity goes. Different ideas of masculinity, the modern and traditional, and basically what I try to do in this book, najaribu ku bridge a gap between the modern masculinity and the traditional masculinity, so that we find a place where we're gonna lie, because now we are more liberal. The society is more liberal and mostly challenging. Sasa tunataka kupata ni wapi the modern man, how is he going to improve his situation, because we don't want to pick a lot of the traditional masculinity and now the worst is now the modern masculinity. Sasa tunataka kufind ni wapi katikati between the traditional and the modern masculinity. So this book is beautiful. I personally wrote it for men. So this is a book for men, and basically all African men should read it, because I have the history of traditional masculinity here, and now the challenging modern masculinity. So mostly naongelea stories relationships, how to court women, how to live with women, and how to live a purposeful life.
So Mr. Brown,
Mhm.
I want to ask you a question.
Mhm.
Nasema tunataka to compare the traditional masculinity and the modern
And the
masculinity.
yeah.
What does it take to be a man
All right.
traditionally? Alafu ndio tuambie in a modern life.
Sasa hapa tunarejelea now our grandfathers. What masculinity was then and now.
Hiyo ni generation gani? Hiyo yenye kwa nyuma ya millennial.
Hiyo nyuma ya millennials, and it's called Gen X. Huh?
Gen X, yeah.
Gen X and the boomers. So upon that's what defined the traditional masculinity. Ilikuwa like it was mostly about male domination, which we still see up to today. So if I was to define a man then, basically somebody who is focused, takes care of his family, is always present dad, always working hard, anaenda nachunga ngome zake, he comes back home, anapata submissive woman, anapikiwa, anakula, analala, the following day he works. So basically we add what we call the 3 P's of a man in the traditional man, which is provision, providence, and precedence. Provision basically taking care of the family. Tunapata the kids wanakula, wanalala, they have everything they want, they need, as far as we know. Then we have the precedence. Now this is where we talk about leadership, preceding, kukua mbele, then wengine unafuata nyuma, the kids and the wife. Then we have I've talked about provision, precedent, and protection. Kitu kifanyika, the man has to show up, and we used to see this mostly at in the times of war, the World War I, World War II. Women were left at home, and then men went to fight.
Battlefields.
In the battlefields. So napata that's now the element of protection. Now we tunapata these are men who go out there to fight. It's basically, it's called putting yourself in the line, Nona. So that's where now we define the three P's of a man. So this is what really defined the traditional man. But we see a lot of these key pillars in lack for now the modern masculinity, where it has really failed. And these are the main things, hizi ndio vitu main sana zenye mwanamke anataka from a man. You understand? Yeah. So if a man cannot provide, kama haezi leta kitu kwa nyumba ama haezi, because now we are called the success objects. We basically tuko hapo tuna like you have to show up. You have to perform, you know. So these are very key things. We find that if a society lacks a provider, kutakuwa na lot of disconnect. If a society lacks a leader, there are a lot of disconnects, and these are the things that we see today, and so on and so forth. So that's for me what defined the traditional man.
So before we carry on, hapa bado kwa provision. Now the modern guards. Kuna venye like in terms of provision, inafaa kuangaliwa design ya a man should be able to provide the basics, food, shelter
and clothing.
But ukiangalia the modern girls, the pressure wanatuwekea is like they want more.
All right.
If you're a man who is just providing like the basic needs, they call you the bare minimum.
The bare minimum, right?
Yeah. So they hope to go for somebody who is providing something more, like the luxury.
Yeah, I get it.
Ostentatious goods.
I get it.
Yeah.
All right. So there's one thing. There's one nature of women that plays out in the modern context. Inaitwa hypergamy. This is where women I value man all the time. So the moment your value declines or reduces, anaanza kukuona, because now she eyes for I value men. So basically today we date lifestyle. They're called lifestyle women. Sisi kwa masini tunawaitanga Instagram women, Instagram girls. These are women who set standards for men, and for a well-built and full stack man, these are women who a full stack men avoid, well-built men avoid. So basically, the modern young men date lifestyle women. Sasa hii kitu inakuanga hivi. Hypergamy, we call it the cruel mistress because it sucks from men. So it makes women think that, it makes women eye for greatness. It makes women eye for want men who can perform. In simple terms, we say that basically pushes men to perform. So a man's value increases as he ages, venye anaelekea akigrow. Right now, a man who is between 20 to 30, hakuna kitu amebuild yenye inaweza support, inaweza msupport enough akiwa hata na familia. Understand? So this is the reason why most young men are only preferred for sex, and not for provision or money. So that's why you'll find a woman will keep you as a young man, but to satisfy her sexually, but will go for money from an older man, because now an older man amechukua time to build wealth. You understand? Mbaba. But now hypergamy doesn't care. So this is called the female mating strategy. A woman will always look for two things in a man: a provider and a good gene contributor. Most of the time, we find alpha males being good gene contributors. Young, jacked, shaggy man, unaona, ana kakitu kwa mfuko, but they have good genes because they are determined. Their bodies ako fiti, amepiga chuma vizuri, but he's not married. You understand? So women want these men at different stages of their evolution cycle. So hapa pia tunataka kuangalia tunaangalia how hypergamy plays a role in that. Unapata there are two phases of in the ovulation cycle of a woman. So unapata there's a first phase which is the luteal phase. Is it the luteal phase? Yeah.
Luteal is the second.
Luteal is the second. There's the first one. So the first phase is between day 1 to 14. Day 1 to 14, a woman is more fertile. So unaonanga venye ng'ombe ina behave ikitaka mwanaume. You understand? Anarukaruka, mkia iko juu. You understand? That's the time, and usually these females look for high value, strong men who have to satisfy them. Wenye wako na seeds poa. You understand? So hata kama ni ng'ombe atatafuta bull mzito anatafutwa. Huyo mzito huyo. So this is what happens. During that phase, a woman goes for maybe a bodybuilder, anapatana na wanaume kwa club. These are don't cares, rugged men, unaona? These are men who are most of them are young, unaona? Just to contribute the seeds, because remember,
at this time they are like
1 to 14. They want to feel the traditional view of masculinity. They want to feel the strength, the vigor, unaona? Yani ule mtu anamjibu vibaya, anamchapa, And remember, most alpha men show narcissistic characteristics, where they don't care about a lot of things. So they don't care about men.
Toxic relationship is satisfied.
Yes, that's true. It works for alpha male survival. No. So akitoka hapo anaingia 14 to 28, the second phase, 14 to 28. Hapo sasa natafuta mwanaume sasa, atambaia sweetie, chocolate, understand? John the keyboard. Most of the time, we call them beta males. You understand? these are people sasa yendi anatoa baridi, unaona, hug me baby, you understand, the same. You understand, so it's very key. Na unapata, that's why most men fail paternity tests, because this woman goes out between the first month, the first day to the 14th day, and he goes out and hang out na wanaume wachafu, rugged, but they are good looking. You understand? They are arousing men. We call them the arousing men, the alpha males. They are arousing to women. Beta males are not arousing to women. Beta males most utapata ni jamaa fulani amekanga kwa laptop yake anafanya ma projects zingine, ameko busy, anajifanya ko busy. Is not interesting to a woman. Unaona? It's not interesting to a woman. You understand? So these are beta males. Most of them body yao wameachilia. They are not outgoing. They have no vigor, aggression, perception, vision. They don't have all that. So ikifika hiyo time 14 to 28, now this lady will go and look for now go back to most beta males are married. They are called the domesticated men. You understand? So you know what happens in domestication. Ukileta paka sahi kwa nyumba, you are domesticating it, so you know what you do to it. Unaipatianga tu chakula na inanona. You want it to look fat, azae watoto. That's now the domestication. And we say that in marriage most men pass through that, or most men are domesticated by their women. So finding a full stack man in a marriage is very difficult. That's why we say merging between some few beta qualities and alpha qualities make a full stack man. A man who is able to get into a family and build a family, which most alpha males are scared about. And this now, the aggression which we get from the alpha man, now merge it now with some few qualities of the beta male, and now build a full stack man. So
sigma male is a good one for a relationship.
Yeah, sigma male is a good one for a relationship, but I wouldn't recommend being a sigma. I'm not a sigma male myself. I'm an alpha male, so this is something that most men don't mention in such kind of interviews. Most of us don't say we are alpha males because these things are usually used against us. So when I meet a woman who say, "Are you an alpha male? Are you a beta male?"
Mostly feminist.
Mostly feminists will say, "Are you an alpha male? So what do you think about being an alpha or a beta male?" But these conversations really boils down to these qualities of these specific connotations. So,
but I think women also love alpha.
Yeah, women. If you say love, now that's relative. But women are aroused by alpha males. The arousal, not love. Women love the hypergamy. The hypergamous nature, and usually they are more faithful to their emotions. So women don't love, actually. Men love. Women don't love. Yeah. Women only show attraction where there's value. Understand? And in return, they give the man their progeny, which we call their fertility. So there's an author, it's called Richard Cooper. Richard Cooper says that women are objects of sex, men are objects of success. Understand? So this means what you'll be looking for in a woman is a sexuality. Understand? Because any other thing that might come in between, you have access to. You have access to your success. You have access to your skill. You have access to your job. What will you look for in a woman? A sexuality.
What you don't have.
Yes.
Which is what you don't have.
Yes, true. And in return, they have their sexuality. What they want in a man is now what the hypergamy tells them to get access to. Value. They want to extract that. They want to make sure that their next offsprings have a house, wako na nyumba kukaa, they have good education, all that. So women don't love alpha men. Women are aroused by alpha male. That's why we said that most men fail paternity tests, because at this time women they want to mate with the strongest male, the most fertile male, the most men who show the aggression, the good qualities, the alpha traits. You understand? So they are aroused by them. Mtu mwingine anakaa tu ugly fulani somewhere is just interesting to her at that stage.
Is that why these boys wenye wako tuko area wamekaa tu wamechill tu mahali, they have nothing to do. Hao ndo wanapitanga na mademu za watu.
Yes, they have more women at their disposal.
Mali safi safi. Drug addict fulani mwenyewe.
Yeah, that's true.
So based on that, who do you think should propose?
Who I think should propose in a relationship? Okay, proposal is a modern idea. It's a Western idea, you know. So proposal, okay, in our culture as Africans, we did it in different ways. But now the proposal, the act of kneeling down now is a Western idea, which basically shows that you are a weak man. You are submitting. You are kneeling down with a ring. Stupid. What the fuck is that?
I don't know much about the Luo culture, but Margaret Ogola in her book The River and the Source alikuwa anasema kitambo, like if you spot a girl mwenye unataka, ilikuwa ni umchukue na utoroke na yeye.
Now that's the proposal in our context. So I don't
so umesema mwenye ana kneel down for a woman ni very stupid.
Yeah. Let me answer a most question. Yeah, who should propose first? A man should not propose to a woman.
Why?
But while kneeling down. Now that's my point. But you know, women love all these things, the modern ideas. So if you see a good woman, na unaona ni kama ako attached to this lifestyle, you know what you want, right? But the moment you kneel down in front of a woman and wants to propose, that's submission to a woman.
So you've said kidogo tu amu. Umesema you know what you want.
Yeah, you know what you want as a man.
Over the internet, I don't know whether they was just making fun of it. Anasema when they go down to propose for a woman, wow, they are proposing for their pussy. When they are down, they are directly congruent to the pussy. So he knows what he wants.
Yeah,
he's proposing.
Na ndio maana kapo.
Ako chini. Otherwise angekuwa akuko. I had a question.
I kind of agree with that because I do feel like the women should be the one proposing. Women, we do commit.
Yeah.
Once you love someone,
that's true. You are right.
A woman will love you based on what you can provide.
That's true.
So that I feel like it is a woman anafaa kupropose juu yeye akibambika na story yako akipropose kumaanisha yeye atacommit. Lakini ukiacha wewe ndio propose ujui kama kesho atakutana na mafa pale kwa upande mbambe. So yes, for sure the interest mimi ni muoe. This dali kama itaipiga hiyo.
Okay, I think one cold hard truth yenye wanaume wanafaa kujua, especially young men, is a woman will always do what she wants. You understand? That means she's loyal to her emotions. She will always do what she wants. So as a man, she will always be geared to your vision. That's what you want. So what you work for, what you want you're trying to build will attract her. Your value will attract her. Unaona? So in as much as a man ameongelea commitment, you only show commitment to a serious woman. A man should not ignore red flags in a woman. Understand? So this is there are some things that are very obvious, you know. A man should not ignore red flags in a woman. So you know a woman who you want to commit to. Is she a woman that can further your next genes? Understand? It's especially in our time, it's very difficult for women. Most women don't want to have kids. No. So if you find there's a situation where a woman doesn't show the interest of being a mother or getting married, you know, being together, now what will be your commitment?
See, like most of the ladies wanasema it's not in the right time. Wanataka at that time, like mtu aoleke at 35.
Let me attend.
Below 35 wanataka mtoto.
Let me attend to that. That's now what feminism has fed women, which is worse for them. So it's like a disease. It's when you're naenda sara ni wanawake, because feminism teaches women to have careers and go for careers so hard, so that they forget that Yes, they forget that their biological clock ticks very fast. You understand?
Yeah.
So a woman's biological clock ni kama women age like milk, very fast. Between 18 to 20, she's so hot, you can't even get, if you don't have money, you can't get access to her.
At her prime, sir.
Yes, that's at up. 18 to 27. From 30, her value starts decreasing. Understand? And it decreases throughout mpaka huko mwisho. But for man, value yake inaanza from 30 kwenda juu.
Do you describe her value going down? Except maybe
Okay. Okay.
How do you consider a woman?
Okay, I said that a man is different from a woman in terms of value. So, as we are success objects, you understand? That's what Richard Cooper says in his book, and I think also that's what Richard Cooper says in his book. So, based on that, a woman's value is not attached to a career and education, what she has access to in terms of money. That's why a PhD older woman, no, a PhD older man would leave his PhD older wife for a maid. You understand?
Yeah.
Very, very normal for a man, because a man, you are a success object. You have access to all that. You won't depend on your woman's money because you are performing as a man. What do you want from a woman? Her sexuality is very much integral to you. You understand? So whether he makes a lot of money, and you see many career women, they are not married because
and they prefer going for younger boys. So
yes.
for a woman, for kama mimi ni msichana bado una prefer to date older men, like the wababa, since hauna pesa.
Yeah.
But when you get your money, you prefer dating younger boys since uko na pesa yako, lakini you need that energy. Sexual urge kunayo ni mtoto. So like the graphs zinaendana big
inashuka. That's true. So that's what's there. A woman value yake is attached to her sexuality, and I've disagreed with a lot of people on this topic. Most women have told me that you hate women. Most people have, especially women, have been told you. Hata jana, there's a forum that I was discussing this, and I keep telling them, I as a man, I feed cold truths. So I won't lie to you, because women love things that are comforting. Things like buy me gifts, treat me like a queen. These are comforting things to women. You understand? So they want such kind of things to happen to them. But when you tell them the truth that their biological clock is moving fast, they will tell you, oh, nowadays the world is advanced. You want to tell us to have kids. I don't want to have kids. Wengine wanaenda as far as tying their ovaries, tying their fallopian tubes so that they don't have kids. But to their detriment, it's detrimental to them. Because kuna age wakifika, they long for men. You understand? And you find that happening between 35 to 40. Some of them are single mothers and the divorcees. Understand? Yeah. So
me following you from like in your profiles, Facebook, Instagram, all the socials. Mtu akifollow anaweza ona like unapinga women sana.
Yeah.
But mtu akikaa chini na wewe, a reason out na wewe, mtu ata feel that sense. Like you are enlightening men.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's true. That's what we are doing.
So we were talking about traditional masculinity when we compare your take. So you want to scare the other side and
the modern masculinity.
Yeah. What defines a man still?
So the modern masculinity is very hard to define. That's one thing I would say, because it's too personal. For modern men are too personal, because the traditional masculinity, children were for the community. Ndio maana unapata wewe ulikuwa unakutana na jamaa fulani anakuchapa ukifanya makosa na ujue hata anatokanga wapi, hujai kutana na yeye. Unaona? Mimi nimechapwa na mtu sijui. Juu nilipanda jamna.
Jamna mzee sijui hata inaitwaje kwa hivi.
Zambarau. Nilipanda zambarau ya mtu kwa shamba. nilichapwa bwana mtu sijui, because kids were for the community, you understand? So that's the main difference, and that's what leads to a lot of what we call, I've captured it in my book, a fatherlessness, where now men are going astray, because all men were fathers to all kids in the society. Sasa unapata sahi venye tunaishi, the modern setup, we live in towns, unapata mtoto wa mtu ako hapo nje anafanya makosa, lakini huwezi mguza juu mamake hata anaweza kuuma. Yeah, such kind of things. Na unapata maybe ni single mother, huwezi guza mtoto wa mtu, and most of these things is tied to feminism, which has led to some weird family laws that are against men, that are worse and hard on men. You understand? So the modern masculinity is about yourself. Understand? That's why it's so bad for the society, because masculinity is societal. No. So building men means it should be a collective responsibility, which was then, but not now. So that's what I would say about modern masculinity. It's more personal. No. It's more of a personal initiative. That's why unapata baba na mtoto wake. So if you don't take care of your kid yourself, you're gonna lose that kid. He's not going to be built as a man the way he's supposed to be. You understand? And mostly it's about it's so confusing, because it's more liberal, the ideas, and all that.
We had a topic about masculinity, and we came into an agreement that in traditional life, what defined a man was that power. And in this modern life, what defines a man is money. What's your take?
Power is that's a big word, because we'd say in terms of physical strength, but power generally is it includes even the money and the social status. Understand? But basically, in the past, we were not advanced as now. So currency, as used as a mode of exchange for goods and whatever and services, wasn't there. So men had to work so hard, go to the farms, you till the land, you plow, so you needed that physical strength, But right now, there is education, technological advancement, such that you only need your mind to make money. You understand? That's why I disagree with the idea of women being sidelined in the past. Understand? Because a lot of people say that, because the early feminism, especially when it was encroaching into Africa, it was about, women were not included, nini. You understand? But mostly utapata, being included in what you cannot do doesn't make sense. Because a woman would not go to ant. So how would you want to be included? Based on your biological nature or makeup, you can't last that long in the fields. Utachoka, so that's a woman. Atachoka, So these jobs were suitable for men. So the idea of being sidelined, women saying they're sidelined from these roles that men used to do, is kind of, it's mockery to masculinity. That's what I would say.
So meaning we should have men walikuwa na their roles, and women walikuwa na their roles.
Yes, to play.
And in this modern life, modern world, wanasema what a man can do, a man can do better. That phrase.
So that's feminism that is pushing that idea. Of course, Jacob Elliott, who is also an author and a friend of mine, says that men and women are not equal. The idea of equality in men and women, it's a story. It's a feminism story. Understand? We are not equal. Even if we were to go deep down biologically, the cortex, which is a composition part of the brain, for men, it's larger than the women's. Understand? That's why unapata wanaume wako kwa STEM subjects. Science, technology, mathematics, engineering. Understand? and women are more into service professions. Utapata ukiingia kwa Telcom Kenya, watu utaona pale ni wanawake wako kwa reception, wanakuita come register, you know, hospitality, you know. So women ideally they are submissive beings. So even in the modern context, and as much as feminism fights it, women are still submissive. That's why naambianga wanaume, if your woman doesn't submit to you, just be sure that that woman is submitting to another man elsewhere. Understand? So there's no point in time where ukiona anaanza kukudisrespect ovyo anaanza kukugombanisha, wewe jua tu kuna mtu anatoboka kukuliko, mfuko imejaa.
Again.
Design studio na banga do hivi. Unaona? So you just know that you just know that there's somebody who is being submitted to. A woman submits to men at given point in time in their life. So if she stops submitting to you, that just know that she's gonna submit to a brother, a father. Juu hata akiwa na doa aje, haezi kuja ati anaambia babake ati wewe unajua ni mjinga. You understand? Because he's and respect the masculine authority. You understand? So women respect the masculine authority. So if it doesn't happen to you and you have a woman, there has to be somebody has to lead. So inamaanisha in that case that man is not preferable mate for this woman. And that's why you find divorce and separation inafanyika.
But hata kitambo the aspect of money haikuwa involved sana kama sasa hivi. Kitambo you've talked about currency, siku hizi lazima kuwe na dondi, like you purchase things. Kitambo ulikuwa unajua ilikuwa ni agriculture. And that is why like wanaume wako na hiyo pressure ya kuwa na do. So long as uko na shamba unaweza lima. Jioni ilikuwa ni like uende shamba uchukue nini mboga nini. So the aspect of money haikuwa part.
But remember that was wealth. So men who had that were still respected in the society. They were still wealthy. So still they had more women. No. So there's something that we call the sexual essence. Sexual essence in men. If you have higher sexual essence, you are most preferred mate for many women. That's why tukianza tuliongelea akina the alpha men, they are arousing to women. So napata if women desire more than one woman, but if you have higher sexual essence, you have more pool of women that you want to choose from. There's an idea by Rollo Tomasi. It's called the plate theory. You know, where plates are piled evenly. Then they are plates. Now they have to be spun. It's called plate spinning, where if you have women. If you are a man who has higher sexual essence, there are women who you have a lot of women in this. They are like these plates. Sasa zingine zitaanguka. You understand? So that you remain with the best women. You understand? So this is why we teach men to practice that, which tunasemanga kukatiana. In our local language tunasema kukatiana. So men are told to spin more plates before they get into a long-term relationship, which initial zake tunasemanga LTR. So where they encouraged to spin more plates so that they know whatever falls off, why are they falling off, you know. So these are professionals in the intergender dynamics. The akina Rollo Tomasi, they know, they've studied, they know the nature of women, the nature of men, and so on and so forth. So, as a young man should always date as much as he wants, so that anajua. Now, when I want to settle, this is the woman I want to be with, because you've already practiced that, the plate theory. Understand? Yes.
So you advise young men to date as many women as they can?
Yes, I advise young men to date as many women as they want. You date as many women as they want. No, that's not cheating. Doesn't exist, by the way. Cheating doesn't exist. It's called spinning plates. Understand? So in masculine we say spinning plates. It's not cheating. To women, it's cheating because women are more confined, and they tend to love one man at a specific point in time. But I've talked about the sexual desire, which it's talked more about, if you read The Way of Superior Man by David Dada, it talks about the sexual urgency and a man desire to more than one woman. But now that's a spiritual guide, so it tells men to know how to limit it and to know how to practice it. Yes, so young men should date as many women as they want, so that now the woman they will end up with, it's chosen, and there's no guarantee. So that's why we bring ideas such as ideas like onetics, which is basically defined as thinking that there's only one person that belongs to you. That's what leads men to committing a lot of suicides, because when I believe ndio wangu hakuna mwingine naweza have. You understand? It's called onetics. You understand? So it makes some men die. Unaona, unapata anasema I've invested so much in this woman, I can't leave her.
Do you think that Westerners are trying to go against nature?
Yes, I believe so, because there are a lot of things that from the West that goes against nature. Things like lesbianism, gayism. These are anti-natural things. These are things that go dangerously against nature. And even if you leave that, they're telling women not to submit. You understand? That's unnatural, because look at the animal kingdom and tell me how do species live? Because we are just advanced animals. We are just human beings are just now, the only difference between us and animals is brain. Yeah, that's true. The IQ and so on and so forth. So basically the way our behavior is, we just behave as animals. Unaona? Ni vile, if yes, advanced ni vile sasa sisi we've learned privacy, you understand? So if you're having sex with a woman, you look for a room. You know. But animals just have it there. Unaona? And pia kuna wanaume pia wana behave ka animal.
But paka
paka wanataka usiku. So that's what happened. So we are just advanced. So the Westerners go against nature, and it's bad because sisi ndio tuna ni kama tunaiga. We are copying them.
Yeah, you've talked about your community, the gays and the lesbians. Kuna the females when you wanajaribu ku assume hii role ya the masculine.
Yeah, that's true.
Nataka uiongelee kidogo.
Okay. All right. So this is what biology wants and says. As a man, you are both feminine and masculine because you have hormones, and hormones controls you being a man and showing different traits. You understand? So the only difference, what makes you a man now, it's your concentration or your body's concentration to a specific hormone. So your body concentrates more on the androgens. You understand? So the androgens ndio zinafanya ina define unakuwa na beards. You understand? So for women, it's the other female hormones like estrogen, you understand? Progesterone, unaona? In a control of ovulation yao, blah blah blah. That's biological. So masculinity is associated with aggression. You understand? Which is fueled by what we call the testosterone hormone. So that's why I tell men that going to the gym pushes your testosterone up. It's called the hormone of performance. So whether in bed, whether in where, it's an hormone of performance. So the men who have higher testosterone hormone performs better at work, in the gym, having sex. You understand? So women because women too have testosterone, because I've told you, both of us, we have all those hormones. So women who are too masculine means they have more testosterone hormones. Ndio unapata hawa wamei matiti kubwa, unaona. They don't grow the female body parts sana, like the enhancement. So unapata women who play football, they are more performing. So means testosterone is high in their bodies. You've seen them. So you've also seen women who grow beards, small beards. You understand? The androgens are so high, and most of them, ukiangalia clean utapata, they behave like men, performance, in terms of performance. And when we are starting, I said that what Richard Cooper says, that us, we are objects of performance and women are objects of sex. You understand? And if you say that to a woman, utakosana na yeye because atakwambia unamuita object.
Also, like slogan too.
Yeah, it's a slogan. I'm a feminist. Yeah, we are not objects. You're treating us like objects. You understand? And most of the time, ujaitu object. The term object there means that you are like, that's what composes who you are as a woman. That's what your value, you know. So I think what you asked, where your body concentrated so much on. So most career women have learned to be more masculine, because careers, it requires a lot of masculine traits, aggression. So unapata wanawake wengi wenye kwa job, wako kwa hizi kazi, wako kwa corporate, unaona, they are usually unattractive because their bodies are concentrate sana ku enhance testosterone sana. So unapata hata they don't have beautiful curves, very few by the way, very few of them. But wakiendelea because they learn to concentrate so much on they don't concentrate on the feminine traits. Mothering, unaona, anaenda anabai kuku ishapikwa, unaona, anabai fast foods, haizi jipikia, you know, caring, nurturing, these are feminine traits, and this is what builds, now makes hormones as a woman anakuwa mwanamke, you understand. A woman who loves cleaning, anataka vitu zikuwe in order, you understand. So most career women, and go check keenly, go to those corporate offices, unapata wanawake wanakaa hapo, wanakaa vibaya sana. That's why they are not attractive, let me use that word. So unapata they only attract young men who they want to lure with money for sex. But ideally, beautiful women utapata kwa streets, unaona. That's why aenda kwa masonko vizuri, utapata masonko mademu wao like their kids. Compare with wasichana wa ghetto and tell me, you realize that most of those ladies, they're not so attractive. Yes, they are not so much attractive sexually. Their sexual appeal compared to the ghetto girls ni tofauti.
Is it not poverty?
No, it's not poverty. They've been taught in a specific, they are too masculine. They don't go out there to look like women. Hawata clean nini. Most of them utapata upatane na moja atakwambia, oh my dad, oh nini. They are not interesting. Story anakwambia hata as he die. They are not
wanakwanga very rich, lesbians. Wanakwanga very
rich. They are not
mustard sometimes.
They are not so interesting. Yeah, but the ghetto girls are just feminine. The submission napata tu rahisi. Inakuwa rahisi. Ukimleta hapa kwa nyumba, ashabadilisha hizi manguo, asharudisha huko, sijui hapa sasa inakaa.
Now what if our village they are trying to please you, at least utoe wakuwe na kakitu. Inaweza kuwa hivyo, by the way. They are working out on themselves, they wakuwe attractive kwa wenye pesa.
That's what nature wants. Nature wants them to look attractive so that when they meet with men, their offsprings are catered for. So a woman is attached to you because of the value you have. That's why a man should always consistently build its value. So a woman being with you is not because anakupenda. It's because ukona value. Si lazima ikuwe in terms of money, but anakuona kama in fact, if you are dating a woman na unaona kona wewe at the time of distress, she's smart. Just know that lady is seeing a value yenye wewe uoni, and anashaipigia sababu in the next 10 to 20 years anajua this guy will be an MCA in the near future, because anaona there's a value that is innate in you that you are not seeing, but hapo. Women don't just stay with men, they stay with men strategically. They know why they stay with men.
So ukiona kama kuna dem fulani ako around naona kakitu,
just
a sign.
There's
the future is bright.
Yeah, that's a sign that the future is bright for you.
What people have
And they don't wait. Yeah, that's also there. It won't wait for long. Okay, they won't wait for long. Wakiona unaanza okay, what they were seeing in you, it doesn't show. They go.
The first impression, ukimpeleka mahali alafu uanze kunini.
Yeah. When they are dropped.
Well, you are dropped very fast. But I do think that men are the most people who are broken.
Yeah. Let me give you a professional term for that. Men, we are defined as, we are said to be disposable. Women are indisposable. I talked about going to war. Men ndio ukienda kwa prison utapata men wako wengi kuliko na go to female prisons, compare them. Men are disposable. Sasa ukiwa na mtoi kijana na ukiwa na mtoi msichana, wote ameenda kucheza. Nani unatafuta wa kwanza? Mtoto dem. Because mtoto kijana is already a man. Unaona? He is trying to find, he take care, and he is trying to, is inquisitive. Hata ukisema unataka kumprotect, he won't allow you. Because he's already on the path to greatness. Akiwa mdogo hivyo, anaanza kutafuta unaona amebeba vitu amekuwekea hapa. Hizi nini zako zote vyombo amebuoyo. Everything is out. You understand? Inquisitive, smart, like you start seeing that as early as 6, 7, you understand? Because as we are disposable. We only, us, for you, Geoffrey, you have more than 1 million sperms. You can further 1,000 generations with only that. Now, given the science and the science that we have today, that means we only require one woman. No, we only require one man for a community. You understand? Mm. But for a woman, akona ka 690 something over throughout life yake. Unaona? Na especially akianza kufika hapo 30s, 40s, zinaanza hazifanyi kazi sana. That's why they are advised to have kids very early. But it limits, it doesn't limit their chances of having children. You understand? So, where we could disposable, there are many men that you only need to rise above men. Hata kikuja, you are not better than another man, the other man anaenda kupata. What will make the difference is your value. Because atapata to a good looking man kama wewe. But what attracts to you mostly is the value that you have. Understand?
So Brand, we've talked about hizi vitu zote. So in your book pia umeangazia venye like our sasa wanaume, how they can stay in shape to like maintain their masculine frame.
Yes, I've talked about the masculine frame. I've talked about personal development. The modern world requires skills. You have to own something. If you are a filmmaker, you have to be sharp at your work, smart at your work. That's the value. That's the value that you have. So a man should always stay in shape. No. So hizi story zote, at the end of the day, don't go for a woman. The value that you have makes a woman comes to you. So if you feel like you are going too much when unatafutanga wasichana, there's a very big problem with you.
Why are you attacking me?
It's a very big problem.
Creator fulani pia alisema ukiona wewe ndio umeshindanga tu kwa DM ya madem. You still need to work on yourself.
Inafanya unakuwa kitu inaitwa clingy. You are clingy on women. You are, but most of the time you will find occasional sex. Ukienda sana lugha yako ikiwa mbamba sana, you will eat once and next atakumbuka huyu jamaa na kitu man, mbona nilipea. You understand? Yeah, that's what happens. It's true. These are things. Call that truth. These are things that happen.
My happiness matters. Me ataki regret, lakini at that one point
things went down.
Things went down.
It's really true. Kitu gani amesema? Know your value. You should know your worth. You should work on it. For a man, for you to have lady, for you to have a lady, you need to have something.
Yeah.
Hakuna siku yenye pesa yako ikireduce your value, like in this life ni pesa siku. Umesema knowing your value is not about having money, but ni your mind.
Yeah.
Unafikiria aje? What's your take on when you're piga sherehe, partying with your girlfriend or your...
Okay, for a specific age, it's right, because especially young men, there's no problem with that, because there's something we call what do we call it? There's a stage that you get in life, the midlife crisis. There are stages that you have to pass through in life, as a man, as a woman. So if you miss a specific stage, it will haunt you in the near the next stages of your life. So partying for a young man, there's no problem.
So someone once said that mwenye anakuchukua na kupeleka club, no man hakuna mwenye anaweza taka kuwa mlevi. Hata wewe unataka your wife, a mother to your children akuwa analeo.
So that's for a woman. So for a woman, it's not ideal, because at in the past, I know women will disagree with me on utaki si tuende club gym naenda. The feminism ideas, but look at this in the context of the traditional man. These were hizi sherehe they were for men, because after men have done a lot of work, wanapigia mwili pole. So they used to sit down in a forum like this, wanaeka agulu yao hapo katikati na wanajua hiyo waneka seg, and they enjoy you know? And they've known that they've already taken care of, wamebuy food kwa nyumba. So one thing that I would advise a young man who is partying ni kuangalia future yake, you know. So concentrate on building your value, you know. But we will see alcoholism and too much drugs misleading men, and men going astray, men going into depression, blah blah blah. So this is something that everything has a limit, you know. So you know very well what you want in life. Building your value is very, very important. Understand? But partying for young men is just a phase in life. You understand? It's just a phase in life. So if it carries you, that's up to you. That's nature. You'll get eliminated at some point in time, and the strongest being will survive. That's what nature dictates. So if something, that's why this idea of mental illness, ni siku hizi kila mtu anasema kuna mental problem, and wanaenda wanajinyonga kufa, because ideally nature wants to eliminate. It's an exit plan, exit strategy for you, and it's very, very happening in a very, very funny way. You realize that these men, these people who commit suicide, unapata, nature doesn't allow them to leave an offspring, because why would we have such kind of person in the next generation? You understand? So ebu endo angalie vizuri hawa watu wanajinyonga wananga watoto, their progeny is not guaranteed. Unaona? So it's just a elimination strategy which nature does comfortably and happy. Understand?
Yeah, but I can only celebrate when I lose or when I win.
Yes.
I celebrate for learning.
Yeah.
Or celebrate for winning.
Yeah.
For me, maybe inakwanga at least to celebrate if you have achieved something.
That's true.
Usichange ndio uende sherehe.
Yeah. That's true.
Asikuwe ni ile pesa excess. Asikuwe excess.
Yeah.
But usistrain for you to go party.
Yeah.
Na ukiamka the next day situation imewasen. Umefungiwa mlango. The same people who are posted ukipiga sherehe unawaomba niokelee tao.
Yeah. You have to be high value man. You should be so smart with your one thing also I will advise men is keep your friend circle as small as possible, because most of these many people will be sucking value out of you. Understand? So that circle equate as small as possible, and only people who have to play a part in it wako hapo. Know that friendships are mutual for mutual benefit. So if Amo doesn't add value to my life, why would I keep him? Understand? Progress. You should be looking at that in that. Unajua kuna mabeshte wa kukuja tu kupiga kelele mbele yako. Alafu wanaenda. Kukuja wewe uko wapi? Hebu kuja tutembee mnatembea mnaenda wapi? I have work to do, man. What are you saying? Book an appointment. That's how a serious man should be. You have a shoot. Unaona? Niko na shoot, unafanya nipo hapo mlango. Mama hapo mpaka nimalize. Ukipenda unakuwa very strict with your life. and now that's how you progress, and that's personal development kwa kitabu yangu. Yeah.
So guys, tumekuwa na this topic is very wide. And the guest we had today is my friend. At least leo nimekaa naye, hatujakaa chini hivi tukiongea converse about this, but I've been following him kwa platform zake. Na at least leo ame open up mind yangu. He's a very great man. As you can see, this is a book ameandika. He is at 26 na already ako na kitabu. Kitambo like when alikuwa anaandika vitabu ni walikuwa at their 60s. Wazai. So this weakening
of the African man. Yeah.
A guide to African masculinity. You can get your copy. Otani Brian Olago, and he is the one.
Yeah.
My friend, my neighbor, to me grow up na vile tuko tu hapa, we are childhood friends. Place moja na yako na kitabu na bado anaandika.
Yeah.
So more of the talks ziko hapa kwa kitabu na kuna zenye tutaguzia because of time. So hoping next time tutamhost tena, we talk more about this. Kuna I wrote some things hapo wenye naweza taka tuongelee. Kuna young parenting, balancing work and family. As a young person mwenye kuna family, hajawaambia lakini mimi nitawaambia akona family by the way. Na atatueleza how wana balance work, family and friends. Now that ni at 26 una feel ni kama anafaa kuwa anapiga sherehe, lakini hakuna kitabu kufunga. Like we still have a lot anafaa kufanya. So the books zinapatikana Nuria
bookstore in Nairobi, Bazaar Plaza, Amazon. Kuna both the ebook. I'm working on an audio book for this. Actually, it's on the way. There's ebook, and now if you order, utapata print version, paperback.
The book goes for 1,000 to 1,200 Kenyan shillings. Yeah. So it was nice hosting you, Brian.
Maybe you can share his handle.
You can share your handle so that someone who is watching can reach you out.
Yeah. My Facebook page, which is very, very active, Brian Olago. Instagram, TikTok, Masculinity Coach. Instagram, Masculinity Coach. X, Brian Olago. Yes, and alafu mafeminist waliaka account yangu ya X. So right now, it's building.
Now we quit TikTok.
No, I didn't quit TikTok. I'm on Masculinity Coach on TikTok. But feminists hack my account. I say it anytime I go because I was very vocal on X, but kitu siku moja tu hivi nimepata your account has been suspended. Najua ni wao. Yeah, they reported my account and it was up to now it had 3,000 followers and I was building it with organic followers.
Naandika vitabu and we buy.
Yeah, so that's what happens. That's what we'll keep doing, building men, and I'm happy.
Yes, so Tribe Dialogue, until next time, if there is a topic or a subtopic that we have not highlighted, maybe you can comment down there, and next time, in our next episode, we'll get to talk about it.
Amazing.
Adios.
Thanks.